I'm headed up to Pacific Raceways in Kent to drive my first car with a V8 in it. Specifically the 660 horsepower 4.9 liter twin turbo V8 in the Ferrari 488 GTB. Should be fun. One more thing real quick. I talked with the instructor for a while before we start actually driving, so if you want to skip that, then down in the description I've got a link to when the drive actually starts, and if you don't want to skip it, then I love you too, Mom. Also, at the end of the drive, there's a little point where I'll talk about my experience. So, thanks. Enjoy. I know. Like, is there any way that on the second 2 laps you can not give me instruction?
No.
Okay.
I mean, if you're really good, you won't need my instruction, but I'll still do it. Okay. If you stop listening to me and go on your own, I'm gonna black flag you and bring you in.
And can we get behind the lead car?
Yeah, let's do that now. Get it into gear.
Okay, is it flappy pedal mode?
Right here, we'll go ahead and pull that.
Okay.
488 requests behind the lead car, please.
Am I good?
Nope, hang out tight. So how many laps around on the motorcycle do you have?
Probably over 100.
100, okay. Cool.
So yeah. I've got a pretty good feel for how to flow through it. Like, I'm not planning on being unsafe at all, you know?
Right. 488, request lead car, behind the lead car, please. Copy. All right, we're gonna go ahead and pull on up, Dan. Right on up. See that silver Huracan up there? We're just gonna get up there nice and gently. So, go over the hand signals with me. What was this one?
Stop. On the brakes.
No, we're not gonna stop.
Yeah.
You know better than that.
Brakes, lift.
Yeah, brake,
gas.
lift, and then this is the gas. You know, again, if I'm going like this, it just means it's safe. You don't have to use more throttle if you don't want to. Moving over to your side of the track, my side of the track. Usually the best place to hold the wheel is right in that 9 and 3 position. That little notch there is for your thumb. If you could slide your hands down
here.
Yeah. Now that's the best place. You don't have to take your hands off the wheel at all right there, and it gives you the best control over the vehicle. But some people are so used to driving their street car up here. You know, I understand. But if you can hold it back down there, that's definitely the best place to do it. We went over the hand signals. You know all the cones. The yellow cones are where I'm going to give you that lift sign, and we're going to need to. I'll bring you in deeper. If things are going good and everything, I'll bring you in and I'll count you down on brakes. I'll say 3, 2, 1, brake. And we might pass that first red brake marker because I know you can handle it. Just listen to my instruction and we'll do it that way, okay? Deal?
Okay. Deal.
All right, cool. And then we'll just pick up as we get used to each other in the track. We'll just, pick up pace accordingly, and we're going to have a blast.
Sounds good. Give me your name one more time.
Joey.
Joey.
Yep. Yep. So, did you purchase this? Did you get it as a gift?
I got it as a gift.
You did?
30th birthday.
Nice.
Yeah.
Sweet. So, what type of was it? Was it from your parents or your?
My parents and wife went in together on it.
Ah, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. With all the laps you have around here, you probably, kind of knew the track, but it's good to go in that lead car because now, as opposed to a motorcycle, you can see what
Definitely. And I could feel, when you're in the motorcycle, you cannot feel the imperfections in the surface as much. Yeah. Whereas with the car, because you got 4 points of contact, it's kind of moving you around a little more.
Good point.
I will say, coming down, when the straight, at the end of the straight, it bumps you out left and then right, right here.
Yep.
There's a painted line.
Okay.
They put no like granules in it on the roads.
No.
On the roads they do, like when they paint sidewalks and stuff.
On a motorcycle.
On the motorcycle, when it gets a little wet, you can feel it. When you cross that line, you lose traction. You lose traction front and rear.
Oh my gosh.
it's like railroad tracks. It's like don't stay on it. Like cross it intentionally.
I've raced cars for 20 years, but I do not. I do not know how you guys do it. I really don't. On 2 wheels, that's something that I don't think I'd ever be able to master a 2-wheel drift into a corner the way those guys do it. It's crazy.
Yeah. I was trying to get the feel for drifting in the snow on like a dirt bike. I was like, I'm not gonna go mess around on pavement.
Right.
But because the potential to have traction grab back up and do a high side, you just get that whip effect really easily. So I was like, well, I mean, it's not going to be the same, but I can at least go out in the snow and see if I can control it.
Absolutely.
It was interesting.
I bet it was.
I felt a lot.
you have to be so incredibly precise with your controls to be able to handle that, because the grip level has got to be so low that the slightest little bit of movement has got to create that wheel to bust loose. I think that's an amazing idea, though. You know, I mean, if you could do it in snow, then you can, you know, wet, and
then the problem transferring to pavement with grip is, like, I've got kind of the physics when traction is low. Like, once I've broken it, when it grabs back up, I'm not gonna have felt that before, you know? That's
a part of it that always scares me. I see those guys get launched, I'm like, whoa. I mean, they're going like 12, 15 feet in the air.
Yeah.
This thing's got 660 horsepower, so it's probably a little more power than the bike, but I bet the bike has a better power to weight ratio. We're in wet mode because it's a little damper on the back section of the track, and with this particular car, it gets this one is the worst one we have in the wet. So we'll see what it looks like and play with it. You remember from the class, let's try to let these guys get a good gap so we don't run them up too quick. The red markers are what?
Brake markers.
Yep, and we're only doing one thing at a time, braking in a straight line and melting off the brake. All right, and then down here is our turn in, right?
Yeah.
So let's go ahead and hit that. All right, we're on this racing surface right now. Let's work our way around. We're gonna get down to the bottom of the track here and just make a nice carousel all the way around, hugging the bottom of the track. Whenever we go to one side of the track or the other, let's leave 2 or 3 feet safety margin. Back on over to your side. You can see that green cone there. And we lift at the yellow, and 3, 2, 1, brake at the red. We go to those brakes, Dan, we try and want to go smooth on the brakes, hit them firm, maintain that pressure, and then release them. Instead of a push, release, we want to try and practice that if we can. Nice, smooth turn on in. After we come around this green corner, is a little bit of a straightaway here. We can start squeezing that throttle. Squeeze that throttle. There you go, you got it. Yellow is where we lift. Breathe the throttle a little bit here. And then once we come down the other side of the track, we can give it some gas. Lifting off the gas here. 3, 2, 1, brake in a straight line. I like your line there. That's really good, because we're going to need to scrub off some braking there. Nice smooth line in there. Again, if you leave that safety margin, that's always best. Back down to your side, my side of the track. Good. Nice and smooth with the steering. Just crank it smoothly. Now accelerate as you unwind. That's it. Now lift here just till we see the track. Nice turn on in, nice and smooth. Now go back to that gas. Good job. We have a braking zone here. Brake hard, harder. Melt off the brakes and get it on down there. Let's maintain our speed around here. This is where you can feel the grip level. Back to your side. You're doing amazing. Good job. Back on over to your side, then back to mine. You know where the track goes here. Back to my side. Squeezing on that throttle. Let's go. Yellow is where we're going to lift. And just coast for a second. Now gently back on the throttle. Right in the middle of the track here. Go. Ease on over to your side. 3, 2, 1, lift. And brake in a straight line. Brake. Harder. There you go. Let's get these wipers off here. Hold on. Let's see here. There we go. Nice smooth turn on in. Yeah, you want to get your braking done. What happened there is, just so you know, we want to get our braking done in a straight line. And what happened is we started going in that turn while we were braking. We'll get those wipers off in a second. Back on over to your side. Lift. 3, 2, 1. Brake hard. Push. More. There you go. That's what I want to feel. What you did at the very end there is what I want to feel in the beginning. That'll allow me to take you a little bit deeper into these corners. Back on over to my side. Good job. Braking. Melt off those brakes. Nice smooth line.
Can we take it off wet?
Yeah. Go.
Thank you.
There you go.
That is
lift here. Lift. Get over to your side and down. Nice and smooth. Lift. And brake. Brake in a smooth line. You're not as smooth as we could be, so let's work on that, especially at these speeds. This car can get away from you pretty quick. Nice smooth arc over to the right. That's it. Again, nice smooth turn, Dan, with the hands. That's it. Up the hill. Good. Breathe the throttle here. Breathe the throttle. Nice smooth turn on in. And braking hard. Melt off the brakes. Nice smooth turn on down. Try and relax your arms and your shoulders here. Nice smooth turn back on over. Squeeze that throttle gently. Now back on over to my side. Once we're straight, we can go to that gas. Now, there you go. A little lift at the yellow. brake harder. Now melt off the brakes. There you go. Did you feel that little lightness? That's from turning and braking at the same time. We want to try and avoid that if we can. Back on over to your side, squeezing on that gas, and go. Back on over to your side, get ready to use those brakes heavy. Lift, and hard on the brakes, harder. That's it, good job. Back on over to your side, get it down. Don't be afraid to crank that wheel down to that green cone. You got it. Good job. And a little bit of brakes here. Off the brakes, nice smooth turn in. How you doing?
Good.
Good. Nice smooth turn here. And go. A little lift in the yellow. A little lift. Now back. Gently. We're going to brake in a straight line here. Brake in a straight line. Good. Brake in a straight line. That's perfect. Nice move over. That's it. Good job. Back on over to your side. Nice and smooth all the way around. You got this. Good. Same thing here. Nice and smooth all the way around. Remember, we got that blind left-hander coming up here. So we're just going to breathe the throttle here. And nice and smooth. Get it turned on in. There you go. And brake hard. Yeah. Release the brakes. Let's feel the handling around here, Dan. You got this. Nice and smooth. That's it. That's it. Good. Good. Back on over to your side. Easy on that gas through here, but you got this. You got it. All right. Lift. We're going straight. See where those cars are? Straight ahead. We're going straight in front of them. Good run, man. Nice. What'd you think?
It's good.
Yeah? You sound like you didn't like it.
I mean, I don't know. I wish I didn't have instruction, to be honest.
Yeah.
Like, it's...
Well, you could always go out and buy one of these on your own. Yeah.
I mean, I appreciate it. You're helping me.
Right. Well, our biggest thing, we're not a racing school. Obviously, you have a lot of track experience. We're not a racing school. We want to get you around there safe. And braking at 140 miles an hour into that turn one is, can get tricky sometimes.
Yeah. I mean, it wants to upset it a little. I just got home from driving the Ferrari, and I just watched the video from in the car. And let me kind of summarize my experience and tell you a couple things that I learned, which I guess I was curious about and didn't know before I did it. So one of them is the things that I did to try to kind of dial in the experience. So one was telling my instructor about the experience that I had, that I'd been on a track before, and asking to be put to the front of the line. Now, they do allow passing, which I didn't know going into it. I wasn't sure how that was going to be. So they have a system worked out where the instructors will tell, if they're in a car that is going a little slower, they see someone coming behind them, they'll tell that driver to, at a good point, pull over a little bit, just kind of not stop, but pull to the right or something and let off the gas, and then your instructor will say, okay, pass on the left. So it's good that they can do that, but ideally you'd be positioned so that the car behind you isn't going faster than you, and the car in front of you is going faster than you. So I asked to be put at the front, and I didn't have to pass anyone the whole time, and I don't think I had anyone behind me, but I could be wrong. So that's good to know. You get in the car, and that's the first time that you meet your instructor, and you have maybe a minute before you start driving, so to get that stuff out of the way. Let's see. It was fun. The car was great. The Ferrari, I almost fell. The 488 GTB was has a lot of traction control and driving modes, and it was in wet mode when I first got on it. It was a little frustrating to push down on the gas pedal and not get response. It was really, I could feel it was really limiting power. Once I'd kind of get some speed built up on a straightaway, I could feel that it was giving me more power. It wasn't the car was just detuned to 25% the whole time. It was just a little frustrating to not have immediacy of power when you're in a 660 horsepower twin turbo V8. That's my only complaint. And it feels silly to be complaining about the Ferrari that I got to drive. But that's my opinion. Other than that, it was really fun. They do a great job of setting an expectation for what's going to happen. Everybody's kind of positive attitude. They're trying to have you have a good time. It was great. If you are interested in doing this, they recommend the ride along, and I'm going to go ahead and recommend it as well. I did that, and this is why I think you should ride in one of their cars with a professional driver, which I think they charge like $50 for, before you do your ride. Because if you haven't been on the track before, or if you've been on that track before and it's been a while, it's going to be a great refresher. And when you're driving and you just get in the car, you have like a minute with your instructor, and then you go out and do 3 laps. That's going to go really fast. And being able to have a preview and start to get a feel for how the track flows, where the braking points, acceleration points are, what the corners are like, is really just like helps you kind of get your money's worth on the actual drive, in my opinion. I'm glad that I did the ride along. And I think it would help just about anyone. Just kind of, it gets you in that mode before you actually get in the seat of the car that you're going to drive. Yeah, thanks for watching. I had fun. I make motorcycle videos as well if you haven't seen my channel before. So subscribe if you're interested, and have a good day.